Hi, everybody. Welcome into today's show here on JTV. It is Monday. Thank you to the Insurance Circle Agency and Pataki Orthodontics. I'm David. That's Adam. Just when you thought the weather was getting better.
Yeah, it's not that great. I woke up this morning thinking it was going to be a lot warmer than it is.
Well, a lot of our high school spring sports canceled today for Monday. Of course, always check MHSA.com, schools' websites and or athletic pages, Facebook, Twitter, X. You know, X got bought.
By Elon Musk? That happened a long time ago.
Another company that he owns bought it. So he bought it from himself.
That's weird.
His AI company bought it.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
For however many billions it was. He probably didn't even need to pay for it. He owns it.
Yeah, rich people doing rich people things, it sounds like.
Yeah. Are we going to put a tariff on that, too?
Oh.
Something with X?
He's hitting them with tariffs.
200%.
200% tariffs from David Rice.
But no, not a whole lot of high school sports update here. Most of everything canceled today for Monday due to weather. So check, again, MHSA.com, schools' websites, and or athletic pages like Facebook, etc. Rain, snow, ugly mix Monday, and big chance of rain Wednesday, Thursday, too. So might not end up getting almost any high school sports this week. Maybe Tuesday and Friday or Saturday. But otherwise, JTV.TV for the Center for Family Health daily scoreboard, and subscribe to JTV Sports too while you're at it for free. There's no tariffs on that. We're not charging anybody for that. So
I told Noah that I was charging him a 200% tariff to get rid of those emails on his computer, but he's not going to do it.
Did he post on Facebook about it?
No, he did not. He did not complain on Facebook about it, but he did post about him going to Astronomicon.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw those pictures.
I did.
Yeah. He had some good stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not big into, comics or anything, but I always look at the pictures. It's pretty cool. Looks like a lot of... It didn't look like this event wasn't as big as some of the other ones he goes to, but...
Lots of nerds.
Hey, there you go.
Tons of nerds there.
Yep. But over the weekend, we did have college sports, of course, Final Four. If you would have told me, I'm not surprised looking back at it now, but if you would have told me before the tournament started that the person who asked ChatGPT to fill out their bracket would win.
Oh, he won? Austin won?
Well, it comes down to Houston, Florida tonight.
So who wins if he doesn't win?
Josh picked Florida.
Wow, okay, so Josh
the guy who
wins.
didn't even know we were doing a group until the day before.
Does Austin know about this?
Yeah.
Okay.
He told me.
Oh, okay.
He told me about it.
Wow.
But if you would have told me the person who asked ChatGPT to fill out their bracket would actually win.
Yeah.
Because at first it didn't pick upsets or anything, like the generator.
Yeah. Well,
I would have thought you were stupid, but now I'm stupid.
I'm glad that the only bracket I filled out was for this show, and I didn't participate in the JTV bracket because that would have just been a waste. So, well, I guess I wouldn't have been last place because Andy didn't fill out a bracket, but I would have been second.
He still owes $5 though. He put a name in there. He's got to pay up. It's a couple people I got to hunt down in this office. Pony up.
Get him.
Because they both asked me the same thing, too. Did everybody pay?
That person said that? Yeah, get him.
No, the people who are going to have a chance to win the bracket tonight.
They were the ones that asked.
One of
course.
the two people said, hey, did everybody pay?
Of course.
I said, here's on my sticky note, here's this person, and that person. Oh, and that person that didn't pay.
Oh, now I got to hear in the commercial who didn't pay.
Well, depending on how short this commercial break is or long, maybe. But I would have a chance if the fact that Duke didn't choke.
Oh, yeah.
They were up by 7 with a minute left.
Missed free throw. Big missed free throw there. I was too busy watching baseball during this. I didn't watch the games, but I saw the highlights on Reddit, so that's how I was able to see that happened.
Reddit?
Yeah, it was just, I don't know, it was just on the front page of Reddit, so it was just like, oh, look at this crazy thing that happened, and I was just like, oh man, what a horrible way to end it for them, for Duke.
It's not showing up on my Reddit.
Oh, well, you're probably going on the weird subreddits then.
No. Maybe they're weird to some people. Maybe.
Oh, no.
Maybe.
Oh, what are you doing?
But no, Austin picked Houston. 9 p.m. tonight. By the way, I know it's 8 there. It's only an hour behind. Why do they wait till 9 o'clock for the championship on a Monday night?
Same thing for the national championship for football. It's always like a lot later, and it's just like, I hate that.
My uncle brought up a good point. I was talking to him this weekend. He said Super Bowl, except for the Masters, you can't take that away from Sunday, but because that's not in the evening anyways. But Super Bowl, Stanley Cup, Final Four, the national championship should all be Saturday night.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I would agree with those other ones. The only thing, Stanley Cup is best of 7, so it's kind of hard to finagle that to always end on a Saturday. But national championship, Super Bowl, all that stuff should be Saturday. That's crazy. Or give us Monday off. Like have Monday be like a national holiday.
We had Monday off, even though the Lions weren't in it.
That was thanks to Bart, Andy, Joe, and Karen. But for normal places aren't going to probably do that. So, we need to make that a national holiday or something.
Don't a couple people here or... I mean, I know people that take it off anyways.
Right. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I was going to take that day off after the Super Bowl anyways. So that just saved me from having to take vacation day.
Right. Still get paid anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
So put a bill on Green Bay making a run next year.
No. Like to win the Super Bowl, or do you mean like to like make the playoffs or something?
To do the same thing we always do.
Oh, okay. So make the playoffs, lose in like the first or second round. Okay. Yeah, I'll see if that's out there.
Thanks.
Well, he's what you guys always do.
Yeah. And you know what? We didn't get Devontae back. We didn't get T. Higgins. Yeah. We got McCole Hardman instead.
Oh, man, McCole Hardman. You got to love it.
This is why we suck.
Yeah.
Anyways, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna.
I'm done now.
Yeah, I just to get you away from Green Bay Packer talk because you'll just get upset.
Please.
Random question: have you had Chick-fil-A yet? Because this is Jackson news now that we're in. But have you had the new Chick-fil-A yet?
So a couple things on that.
Oh wow. Okay. We didn't talk about this before, so I'm curious.
No, I didn't know you were gonna ask me this. That's fine. One. I was going to go with you guys when we interviewed the owner.
Yeah.
But I didn't end up going Thursday, which is okay.
You probably wouldn't have been able to get any food anyways because there was quite a line. It wasn't that bad, but there was a line at that point.
Did you drive by there at all Thursday, like evening or anything?
No, I've avoided it as best as I can. I go to that Starbucks that's close to there, but I take back roads to get there.
Well,
bad.
I don't know why. But we decided to have Chick-fil-A for dinner on the first day they were open.
Was it you and your brother? Because I know you guys talked about doing that.
Yeah, but I went and picked it up because everybody else was gone or sick or whatever. So I had to go pick it up. So I know this isn't sports, but we're getting up. But that's fine. We got a couple minutes here.
Yeah, it's fun to.
So I order. I did an online order ahead of time because I figured by the time I go there and wait that whole time, it'll be ready. They probably won't even get to making my order until I'm close to the line or check in on the app or whatever. Anyways, so I ordered at like 6 or 6:30. So I get there. Well, I shouldn't say get there because the line was a long ways down. I'll tell you in a second how far back the line was.
Okay.
But 6:30 I order. I go there. And I'm going on West Ave towards Chick-fil-A. And I don't know my directions really well.
Sure, you're heading towards Chick-fil-A. Yeah.
Yeah, not from the highway, but from Taco Bell and Gaines coming that way.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
So I get to the light where Duncan's here
chicken.
and then White's.
Yeah.
And
No way it starts there. No way.
the line started
What?
at White's Chicken.
Oh my goodness.
At that light. That's 2 lanes going both ways.
Yeah.
Going that way, it's 1 lane. The whole right lane, they had cones set up and police directing traffic all the way up there
Oh.
because there were so many people. That whole right lane from Chick-fil-A, that intersection there, all the way up to White's, that whole right lane was divided the lanes with cones, and the whole right was for drive-through.
How long were you there for?
I got out of line and finally on the road on my way home at about 8 o'clock.
And you
So
got
I
there
waited
at what
about an hour and 15 minutes.
Yo, was the food warm when you got back home?
It was hot.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good.
Of course it is.
But they, the way it's set up is like Popeyes, where you get it. It's like a circle to get to the drive-through or whatever.
Yeah, they
you
do,
know what I'm talking about.
They do a good
how
job.
it's set
though.
up.
Yeah, they do a good job of like controlling the traffic within. Like they have a nice
Oh, yeah,
big
yeah,
parking
yeah.
lot that loops around inside.
And I'm waiting in line, and then the whole Lumen baseball team shows up and takes over
no.
the whole outdoor seating area after their big W
I
on
can't believe
Thursday.
Hey, congrats! I can't believe that they were able to wait that long. That they're willing to wait that long after playing a game. But I guess they wanted Chick-fil-A.
Oh, they didn't wait very long.
Really? Even like with the drive-through taking that long?
Inside must have not been bad.
See, that
even
might
though
be
we
the
already
trick.
ordered online, I almost thought about just saying cancel the order.
And then reorder it for inside.
I'll just go inside because the whole team was there maybe 45 minutes max. By the time they all waited in line, got their food, ate, and left.
Yeah, that might be the play. Is if you're gonna go there, just go inside, pick up the food, and go home if you want, or
But
eat
you
there.
pull in, take a right to pull in, and then right at where the stop sign is
Mm-hmm.
there, and then you go all the way to the back, and then they have 2 separate drive-through lines. So that was a mess too.
My goodness.
One was for the mobile orders to keep it quicker, and
Mm-hmm.
one was for drive-through, just basic, who didn't order
Wow.
online.
Well, it's fun. It's fun to see whenever a new business.
So it's like an hour 20 total.
Gosh, it's fun to see whenever a new business comes into Jackson, just because of how crazy. If it's a fast food joint, how crazy it gets. It's really fun.
And it's like, for those that remember when Popeyes opened, it's like, you remember how crazy Popeyes was.
I remember.
And then
that.
you imagine Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, and that was like what 2019, 2020 when Popeyes came in, and I remember it was ridiculous there. But
And you had
it's-
just came to Jackson
Yeah,
around that.
Yeah,
time.
but it was like time sense. So I don't remember when Rally's Checkers, whatever it is here, when that moved in, because there was tons downriver where I'm from, so it wasn't like a shock.
Yeah,
to me.
and they have one in Adrian, too. That's the only one I really
Oh,
have
okay.
been to. But
But I hear that was crazy when that moved in.
yes. So that was, and then I just, I opened Instagram later that Thursday night. I'm at home. I'm watching, I think, whatever NBA game. It was on TNT. I'm watching that, and I'm doing the scoreboard. And Andy posts an Instagram reel.
I was about to bring that up. Yeah, of him driving by.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my car was in the video.
Oh,
he
that
was
is
driving
so
by
funny.
right when I was in line.
Oh, that is so funny. We'll have to see if your car is in there. That's really funny.
I think it was. I had
Oh
to
my goodness!
pause it and look. But
Leaned out the window and waved. If you would have known,
oh, I wasn't paying attention. I'm just because
you're
the
just
way
ready for some
the-
chicken.
Well, the door is to go inside the restaurant. If you're not going through from the parking lot, the other door facing West Ave is right next to the drive-through line, the mobile line. So it kept moving too,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't see the door. It's like you're driving here and the door's there. So anytime anybody comes out of the door to walk, they're right there. So there's people walking. Some lady smoking a cigarette with the window down in line.
Oh my!
And you're right under the thing, too, where the people are standing there
Right,
taking your
right.
order. She's right there ripping a dart with the window down in line.
Last Chick-fil-A thing, and then we'll
Yeah.
move on. What do you think? How long do you think it will be until it's a normal line? Like until it's like not on the road, no more police presence.
Honestly, I think already now, because over the weekend on Facebook in the scanner 911 thing or whatever, people don't even use that sometimes for
Yeah.
911. They just post stupid you know what on
Yeah.
there. But somebody had asked, housed the line today. I think this was Saturday. And people were like, average Chick-fil-A line. Even
We might
after
have
the
gotten to that
third day,
point.
they were open.
Yeah, we might have gotten to that point finally. But yeah, I'll be curious if it is, I think today, tomorrow, Wednesday, I think weekdays around dinner time, it'll still be a little crazy, but I'm just wondering if police are done there now or if they're still going to have them maybe for the next week and then it'll quiet down.
That's what our taxpayer money is used for.
Chick-fil-A, baby.
Chick-fil-A police.
Chick-fil-A police. Gotta love it.
Anyways, enough about taxes and Chick-fil-A.
You brought up taxes. I brought up Chick-fil-A.
I know.
My topic is way more fun.
I know. The women's Final Four, too, no shocker. Guess who won the title again?
I don't know. I didn't
UConn.
watch. Oh, UConn won again.
Most people don't watch
Good
it.
for
It's
them.
okay.
Well,
Oh,
I was
I'm
watching
sorry.
baseball.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, it was
It
baseball.
was a close
time.
game against the White Sox,
Hey,
which we'll get
We'll
to.
talk about that. We'll talk about that series.
But South Carolina was the number 1 overall seed and the preseason favorite to win it all coming into the tournament. UConn was it's crazy, but a number 2 seed for them this year is a down year for them. That's how ridiculously good they've been. But UConn beat South Carolina by over 25 points
Woo!
and won title number 12.
Wow.
So we will get to the Tigers. Also, hopefully get him on the show soon from Jackson High School. Graduated here in 2019. 2-time D2 All-American with Saginaw Valley football star Micah Kretzinger entering the NFL draft. So hopefully get him on the pod soon. The draft is in Green Bay. We were going to go, but we are not.
I can't imagine.
That would have been cool to do a remote show from the draft.
Yeah, that would have been cool. I can't imagine how crazy it's going to be there in Green Bay. It's such a small town, and it's just going to. I mean, I saw what it was like in Detroit. I just can't imagine.
Oh, and even just for an average home game there, it's
Yeah. Let alone having all these people show up, and then all the other people too that are going to be there that are like with production staff, with the teams, all that. It's
TV.
crazy. TV. It's going to be ridiculous. I don't know how
because like
they're-
ESPN, NFL Network, everybody has their own draft.
Yeah, I just don't know how they're going to have enough hotels and stuff in that area.
Well, that's why we couldn't even go, because as soon as they announced like 1 or 2 years ago
Everything
that
got-
future dates, people booked it right away.
Of
And even
course.
things that are available now, I think in an early episode of this show, maybe episode 2 or 3, I don't know if you remember, but I talked about that one house
That was
in
like
Green
super
Bay.
expensive.
That was
Yeah.
nobody's rented nobody's
Oh,
rented
man.
that yet. Why would they?
Yeah.
Also, we'll quick update on JC and Spring Arbor baseball and softball and Augusta National.
Oh,
Scotty Scheffler
Jim Nantz voice,
is the favorite to win again.
of course.
So that's all coming up, but we will show some baseball highlights when we come back. Welcome back here on JTV. Thank you to Pataki Orthodontics, patakiortho.com. Of course, we did the baseball game live at Jackson College last week. They rallied 7 runs in the 5th inning to defeat, who'd they play? I already don't, Kellogg.
Yes.
They played Kellogg, 10-8. Hasn't been going real well for JC since then. We'll get to that at the end of the show. But myself and Max Fritz, who was on the last 2
Yeah,
episodes.
double portion of Max.
Yeah. You can check both those out online at jtv.tv. But we did the game, and we'll be back next Thursday, the 17th. 17th.
Yes, doubleheader.
18th. Yep. Doubleheader beginning at 2:45 on JTV. So we're looking forward to that. And then JC hosting Super Regionals when it comes postseason time as well. So a lot of baseball still left for Jackson College and for Spring Arbor. But JC baseball, if you missed our broadcast from last week, 10-8 over Kellogg. Here's some highlights thanks to our crew from JTV Sports.
Can't go to replay review. Right. Just like that one, framed by Jones, struck out. Cole gets out of a big jam here to end the top of the first. Where you get so many disengagements here as the pitch is thrown in. That one's hit moderately out to center. Will it get past the infielders? No, the ranging second baseman, Tanner Olipa, tracks it down. What he can do? Stands, waits, kicks back. That one's hit deep out to left. If it's caught, we're out of the top of the inning. And it is! Ranging all the way over from shortstop is Max Bowers. Max Bowers able to end things here in the top of the second. Cole looking for the strikeout pitches. Zilich fires in, hits a grounder right to shortstop. And a good job to fire it over, and that quickly sets down the Jets here in the second inning. And just with no damage done, again, a man on third. That one, though, hammered over to third base. Long throw across the infield. Good job there by Jackson Kopus. And that'll end things here in the top of the third. So far, bullpen holding well, though, and as soon as I say that, fly ball out to right field, easily handled, though, by Welch. And anything hit could score the run. Or a ball in the dirt just like that, past the catcher. First run's going to come in, and the Bruins are on the board. And a voice in the pitcher's ear says, fastball, slider. That one, though, hit way deep out to center. Center fielder ranging under it. He'll make the catch, but it looks like a run is going to score for the Bruins. They throw it to the cutoff man, tried to get it at third, but they lost the handle on it. Again, errors detrimental right now to the Jets. But then he also has 3 walks. Oh, and they called a balk on him. So that's why the runner is coming home. Jackson dugout not liking that at all. Minute Maid Park, where they had a hill out in center field, believe it or not. That one, though, grounded down to first base. Easily corralled, flipped to Blake, and that will finally do it for the top of the fourth. But the damage has been done by Churchill, the new pitcher. Throws it in. That one ripped out to right field. Downs, runner's going to go home. Jets looking to put the first man on the board, and they do. Bowers crosses home plate. Burkhart credited with the first base RBI, and the Jets are on the board 3-1. Again, we see the lead there. Great split screen. That one, though, he got him fanning and fishing. And what happened there at first base? They called him out. He did get caught sleeping. He was standing there adjusting his glove. They threw over, and they get the out. So that unceremoniously will end the fourth inning here as we're going to 2-1. Good hit out there. Solid contact. That's going to score 1, possibly 2. Here comes the runner around third, heading for the plate, and just like that, Jackson College cuts the deficit to 1. Amazing 2-out RBI by Max Bowers. He gets 2 across the plate on that single. Kopus dug in on that right-handed batter's box. Dribbles 1 out to shortstop. Just gets past the runner. He might beat out it. He does. He's safe at the plate, and the tying run comes across the plate. Kopus showing off his speed right there and able to drive home the tying run. You don't want to fish anywhere on the outside. You want to get somewhere in the middle. Probably a breaking ball here. That one, though, driven out deep to left center. Will it go? That one found the jet stream. The Jackson Jets grand salami. Goodbye off the pinch hitter. Jacob Munson found the jet stream and kissed it goodbye. And just like that, the Jackson Jets break this thing open and lead 8-4. Oh, David, that was amazing.
Well, just like how we drew up the comeback, right? We said coming into this game, both high-powered offenses, we know both can score. JC had 8 in the last game. Just in the last few innings, scored 6 straight, and the fly ball out to left there, and
stayed on the right side of the foul pole and found it out. Though now Fisher Holmes gets out of the inning, but he's already. That one hit out to right field. Plays it well, runs in, grabs it, runner is in advances. That's the final out here of the top of the 6th inning. That one out to right field. Will it find the gap? It's over the right fielder's head. That scores 1. The other runners had to hold because they thought it would be caught. but it just had enough carry on it to get it over the right fielder. Look for his pitch. The 2-2 pitch is in. He finds one, but that one skied over to left. Shortstop ranging back. Center fielder coming in. Calls off the left fielder. He gets it. They're going to fire it to the plate, but he'll be safe. So that sacrifice fly out to left field will plate the run, and that's Bauer's third RBI on the day. Fires it, and he's swinging. That one kicked out to right field. It's going to drop in the first baseman's glove, and the Kellogg Bruins get out of it. Not unscathed yet, but it could have been 0-0 count. That's the first one. Now that one cranked out to left field. Left fielder going to run back, loses the hat, tries to find it. It's off the fence, stays in the park, but that's going to plate a run for the Bruins.
That's what they needed. Still a little bit of ways to go, but
he composes himself, fires it in. That one's ripped off the bat there. Looking out deep again, left, jumping at the wall. Cannot pull it down as Montgomery. He's going to have to fire it in, but both runners score on the 2 RBI double by Ham. That's a good way to get out of a cold streak. Rip one over to left field. Just outside. Runner goes, though. They throw it down. He's called out. What a great job right there by Gabe Jones behind the plate to throw one down to third and get the runner. I think they were trying 2 innings ago. Zach Grindy. Grindy hits one again out to right field. That one's deeper, but still no issue out there and right. And just like that, we are through with the 8th inning. Strikeout, ground out, and fly out. That one, though, hit deep to left field. Montgomery finding it. No, that one's gone over the fence. And just like that, the Kellogg Bruins say, see you later to that one. And they start the comeback. They are only down by 2 runs now. This looks like a save situation coming in for the Jets. So right now the window is more important. That one, though, grounder. Could it be turned for a double play? It'd be hard. They decide to go to 3 to get the force out, and they get it. Oh, the third base coach is incensed for Kellogg. He is not happy with the call, as that was a force out, so they did not need to tag the runner. Umpire coming over. Kowski looks, he's going to fire it in. The strike will do it for him. That one, though, hit out to center field. Center fielder ranging over. He makes the catch, and the Jackson Jets win a game. They got to go over 500. They are now 12-11 on the season after the catch by Owen Zimmerman, who was really had a lot of work out there in center field. He brings it in, and the Jackson Jets defeat the Kellogg Community College Bruins at a final score of 10-8.
Welcome back here on JTV. So I mentioned the Tigers earlier. Had to come back and beat the White Sox.
Go Tigers. Hey, a win's a win. It's a long season, so a win's a win. I don't care how it happens.
After starting 2-4, they've won 3 straight, 5-4. Torque bomb walk-off.
It's pretty nice.
Now 5-4. 3-game series today, tomorrow, Wednesday. At home against the Yankees. Times get moved around because of the weather here.
Mm-hmm.
And then Prime Video, which is, you can still get FanDuel on Prime Video.
I was going to say,
anyways,
that's what I've been watching it on. I have their subscription. But this is actually like a Prime. Is this an actual like Prime game?
ESPN app just said Prime Video.
Okay, then it must be like an actual like Prime.
I know
broadcast.
Amazon did their own MLB.
I didn't think they did either. I'm going to check the MLB app just to make sure because that'll tell me for sure.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've heard of it.
But that's at 1:15 for the Wednesday game. So, did you...
Wednesday, you said Wednesday? Sorry.
Yes.
Wednesday shows Fox FanDuel Sportsnet, so I think we're still... Or FanDuel Sports Network. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, so that... Oh, wait, no, this is all the way in... We were looking at the games in May, and I was still in May, so hold on, I'll have to go back. Carry on.
Of course, the Friday game, opening day at home, was... By the way, I watched the first part of that game, and that was cool. And Keegan-Michael Key threw out the first pitch Friday.
He threw a dot. It
yeah.
looked nice.
Of course, the one time I walk away from the TV is when they come back from commercial and the first pitch happens.
Of course.
So I didn't see it.
Yeah, they did it as like coming back from break. Wednesday is on FanDuel.
I like when they introduced the starting lineups. The players sign on the camera.
Yeah, but they had to work they kind of messed it up a little bit. Because like the guy like
How quick do you have to be to cut to another
Well,
camera?
that's the thing.
that off.
They must have, or they had a few of them. At least they had two, so they could. While one of them was in front, they were wiping the one off. But like they kept. I don't know if they were like the wireless signal that they had was cutting out a little bit, and then when they'd sign it,
I did see
the guy
that.
would take the glass away too quickly for the first few, so you could see him take it away before they cut away from it. Finally, by like the third guy in the lineup, they got it down pat. But it's still a cool idea.
They did the flannel giveaway Friday,
That was Friday. Okay.
and I didn't see a single person
I don't think anybody was wearing them.
wearing them.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was wearing them.
Wasn't really that warm, so
Yeah.
would have been nice to have.
Yeah. You're dogging on that giveaway, but I kind of like the Tigers flannel.
I'm not talking on
You were
it.
dogging on it. You were like, oh, give it away flannels. I still like it.
Well, it's because they could give away better things.
Well, I think flannel's
They're a
nice.
billion-dollar sports
Yeah,
franchise.
flannel's nice.
Yeah.
I'm dying on this hill. No.
Would you rather have a bobblehead or a flannel? Or a terrible towel? Not terrible, but
You know, I might want the flannel. I'm going to say it. I might
are
want
you
the flannel.
serious?
Yeah, because at least I can use the flannel more. Bobblehead, I might have on a shelf for a few weeks and then put away, or get rid of. But at least like a flannel, it's like, oh, I could wear that.
I still have a Mickey Redmond bobblehead.
I have a few Red Wings bobbleheads that I got.
I didn't even go to that game. I forgot who gave that to me.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know how you got that.
I don't know the last time I went to a hockey game.
Man.
That's my sign.
Yeah.
Well, it ain't going to be this year because they suck and
Well,
they're not making
there's
the playoffs.
only a
But
few games left.
and then NFL draft, that is in 2 weeks, coming up on the 24th, 5th, and 6th in Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin. And a local name is hoping to hear his name called within one of the 3 days in Green Bay. 2019 Jackson High School graduate Micah Kretzinger, two-time D2 All-American, defensive back with Saginaw Valley State University, entered his name in the draft. Most bench press reps at the combine. He was also number 5 in the 20-yard shuttle, top 10 in the 40-yard dash for his position too. I think it was Andy who had sent it all to us and said he got the most bench reps. But I looked it up and he was top 5 in the 20-yard shuttle, top 10 in the dash too.
He seems like a beast, man.
That he was a senior in the very first football season. I started here with JTV, but I was on the B team at the time because it was all taped. This was before COVID. For those that have watched JTV for a long time, but it was probably more like on the C team because we did more than 2 games. But either way, C, D, F team. I don't think I ever did a game of his. But congratulations to him. He, Saginaw's pro day, you know who he met with? The Lions,
Yeah.
the Saints, and the Vikings.
Come on, come home.
If he goes to the Vikings, he could play with J.J. McCarthy,
And possibly.
one of the 3 best quarterbacks of all time, Aaron Rodgers.
Shut up for top 3 quarterbacks of all time. I'd put him in the top 15.
What?
I'd put Aaron Rodgers in the top 15 greatest quarterbacks of all time. I wouldn't go maybe anything more than that, but I mean, Dan Marino and Doug Flutie. No.
Who else are you going to put in there? Doug Kelly? Is that his name?
No, Jim Kelly.
Jim
I would
Kelly.
rather have Jim Kelly than Aaron Rodgers. I love it.
Jalen Hurts.
You know what? By the end of his career, Jalen Hurts is
Oh.
probably going to be better than Aaron Rodgers.
Anyways, Micah tied a D2 record for most pick sixes in a season last year, too. 4 of them, and he was the 2024 GLIAC DB of the year, too. So
He's a beast,
in the
man.
same conference as Grand Valley, Wayne State, I believe, Michigan Tech,
Ferris State.
Ferris.
Mhm.
So congratulations to him, and hopefully we can get him on the podcast soon. We'll
that'd be awesome.
we will let you know in the next episode an announcement on that.
Yeah.
So when we come back, JC baseball. After winning Tuesday, we had that on JTV, saw the highlights earlier. We'll give them an update. Spring Arbor baseball and softball, and Augusta National is this week.
You love your Jim Nance voice.
Hello, friends. Oh, and goodbye, friends. Temporarily.
That's right.
We have a commercial break, so we'll be right back. Welcome back here on JTV. I'm David Rice. Thank you to the Insurance Circle Agency, myinsuranccircle.com, or Jackson and Battle Creek. Before we go, of course, we had the game on JTV Tuesday, JC over Kellogg 10-8. Since then, they had 2 doubleheaders against Henry Ford. Thursday was at their place. Had it here Saturday. They lost all 4 of them. JC now 12-15 overall on the year. They doubleheader this Thursday at Schoolcraft and Schoolcraft here on Saturday. So crunch time coming up, and then just like that in May, postseason and super regionals, which they're hosting here. So
Hey, maybe we're their good luck charm because they won when we were there. They won the both games of the doubleheader last year when we were there. Spring Arbor won their game when we were there. So, I mean, maybe we're a good luck charm with baseball. More baseball teams have us because you can't lose if you have JTV at your game.
that's right. But will Coach Brigette win if we do the softball game?
I hope so. I really hope we get to do that. That'd be really cool. I'd love to film a game with Josh coaching. That'd be cool.
That'll be weird. Me doing calling the game.
Yeah.
And then cut to a shot of Josh
Yeah.
at the game.
Yelling at the umpires. That sounds cool.
Yeah. So that'd be it's cool. He's had a good start to the season so far. So shout out to Josh and the Napoleon softball Pirates. Also, Spring Arbor baseball. After losing 3 straight, they've won 5 in a row now. They're 21-15. And softball, a little bit of a losing streak. They're 1 game under 500 now. And Augusta National starts Wednesday. Scotty Scheffler looking to be the first to win back-to-back since
Tiger Woods
in 2001 and 2.
Legendary Masters those years.
Yeah. And it wasn't 01 or 2. It was another, I think a few years after that. But the playoff, 2-hole playoff he had with Phil.
Man. Yeah, he had a couple playoffs. I think it was in the Masters. Maybe I forgot the other guy, but Rocco Mediate. I think that's that guy's name. Yeah, maybe that was a U.S. Open that he had the playoff against. Rocco.
Who?
Okay.
Scotty is the betting favorite again. Plus 450.
You know what's a good bet though on that? I'm not talking about betting, but you know what's a good bet on for the Masters for him? Is top 5, just to make top 5 plus 110. That's not bad when you think about it.
That's a softball.
Right? Plus 110. I mean, hey, you know.
And McElroy is second at plus 650. And then third is John Rahm at plus 1400. So ESPN Plus first 2 days, and then Jim Nance in Butler Cabin Saturday and Sunday. Looking forward to that. So it's a dream if you're able to ever go and watch the Masters there.
Yeah, that would be really cool to see that.
You can't just buy tickets online, though. It's a lot of redrawing. But fortunate enough that last year the Insurance Circle Agency was able to go to the Masters.
Whoa.
Oh no, was it 2 years ago? All that rain happened. That big tree fell down. The insurance circle was there.
They were there to make the insurance claim.
That would have been a big insurance claim.
Yeah, would have been at Augusta. Ooh.
Yeah. You would have got paid big time. So we'll see. I haven't watched I don't watch a lot of golf anyways. I usually only watch the big events
You
like
gotta watch
like
the
most
Masters.
people.
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Will Scotty take home his third green jacket?
Who is that? Who you're predicting?
I think so. And a lot of live guys playing in this Masters this year,
Yeah, I
too.
saw that. You know what? I'm gonna pick somebody that isn't one of them. I'll pick
Scotty Scheffler.
I'll pick Bryson.
Bryson is in the live.
Well, no, but I meant like to win.
Oh,
the Masters.
I
Yeah, I'll
thought you
pick-
said you were picking somebody.
No. I
not-
just meant like I'm gonna pick somebody that isn't
okay.
Scotty.
That's a good pick.
So I'll pick Bryson.
Okay.
We'll see.
He's gotten a lot of backlash. You know, on his YouTube channel, he does golf videos.
Yeah, I like
and
some of those are really good.
He does the Break 50 challenge. I think that's Break 50. He's getting a lot of backlash because he's had a couple videos where he's played with the president.
Oh, for crying out loud!
It's an honor to play golf with the president. No, it doesn't matter who's there.
Right,
It's
of course. Just like
an
it is
honor.
to go to the White House, all that stuff.
Yeah, the Dodgers went to the White House.
Okay, it had just happened. Shohei and all those guys were there.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
You mentioned earlier it was a little bit later than they normally do it, but I think it was because this year's a new administration.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So-
I just feel like why, and I get it. They probably have to coordinate that stuff, and it's probably a lot to coordinate it. But it's just weird that it's like, all right, it's already the start of the season, and they're going. Like, it almost feel like, why isn't this like a November, December thing? But then I guess if it does have to do with like administration change, then maybe that's. But I feel like it's like that with NBA and NFL too, because like Super Bowl champs haven't gone there yet. It's already been a few months, so.
Well, do you remember when all the NBA teams protested a few years ago
Yeah.
and said,
Yeah.
if this person's president, we are not going
yeah,
there.
Of course. That's gonna happen from now on. Never used to, but now I think now it's gonna happen from this point on.
Because of one specific.
Yeah, but I think this
Person.
is just the start of it, and I think it just continues. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, but that person won't be here in 4 years. so
Right,
it-
but then that's why I think it's just I think this is gonna be a new precedent where it's like anybody from that party is probably gonna not to get political, but anybody from that party is probably people are gonna be like, well, I'm just gonna not go then.
yeah.
We'll see.
He'll tariff you too.
No,
you don't go to the
no.
White House and celebrate with the president. He'll put a tariff on something.
David Rice going
Something
off
more.
about tariffs again.
200%.
Oh, he's going off.
Hey, egg prices are down though.
Are they?
No, I don't know.
I was gonna say I'm still paying like $6 at Meijer.
Cheaper than some places that it was.
Yeah, but it's still crazy expensive.
Yeah. Anyways, enough about eggs and tariffs. We got to get out of here. So thank you to the Insurance Circle Agency and
What a weird way to end the show.
Pataki. Well,
It was just strange.
well, a few of the other senators and stuff that were at the Dodgers celebration thing were not in the same party as the our current president is. So he was starting to introduce all the other senators to the team that were, sitting in front. Here's, Representative so-and-so, Senator so-and-so from whatever state. And then, there's 4 or 5 Democrats sitting on the other side, and he didn't even mention them, introduce them. He's like, you probably know who they are, but I don't like them, so you don't get their names.
I think this is going to be one of the last times we talk politics on the show because I just don't think anything good can come from
The rest
us,
of this discussion.
just from us talking about politics.
We're out of time anyways.
Yeah.
So we'll stop there. Thank you, the Insurance Circle Agency, and hopefully we'll get Mike Kretzinger on the pod. We will let
cool.
you know on Wednesday. So we will talk to you then. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.